So, what's the number one kitchen hack that can help with weight loss? Listen on to find out in today's episode. So, welcome to Joyful Eating episode 149. So, before we dive into kitchen hacks that help with weight loss, I have to share the best bite I had with you this week. It was actually yesterday for lunch. I had made this bowl and it was some leftover shaved cabbage salad and some leftover poached eggs and it was okay. Like I wasn't really into it, and I thought it was going to be good, but I was just kind of eating. I was like, nah, it could be better. And so then I was like, oh, what can I add? So I added some furikake. So if you haven't tried it, I should have brought some to show you. It's this Japanese. It's called a Japanese rice seasoning, so it's designed to be sprinkled on rice, but I put it on everything. And yeah, so if you've just got something that's like a bit meh and needs a bit more life to it, like this stuff is transformative. Like it's got that some seaweed in it, it's got sesame seeds, it's got a bit of umami, so it's got umami, it's got a bit of salt, a little bit of sweetness. I don't know where that sweetness comes from, but yeah, it's super delicious. And it just transformed my lunch from like, to actually, this is really good. I want to have this again tomorrow. So yeah, that's my tip for you. Go order yourself some furikake or go to the Japanese food store and get some. Okay, so our plan for today is first I'm going to share the story behind this kitchen hack that I've discovered, and then I will actually talk about what this number one kitchen hack is that can help with weight loss. And then I've got a bonus tip for weight loss because Happy New Year, it's the beginning of January, so you may not be thinking about that. But actually, even if you're not interested in weight loss, even if your weight's in a good place, if you're interested in eating healthier and you're eating more veggies and good quality protein, then this hack is going to help you with that. And then I have a little exclusive invitation for you at the end. So the story behind this episode is I was actually, as I'm recording this, I'm recording it before Christmas, but yeah, so this morning I was coaching one of my clients in the Naturally Healthy Club, or in the Staying Naturally Healthy group, and which is all around people helping people change their relationship with food and their body. And so yeah, my client was saying that things go well when she's got a plan and she knows what she's cooking, she's going to be eating, then she tends to have, the day goes well, she makes good choices and she feels really good about what she's eating, and she feels great afterwards, and like she's all in balance. But she said one thing she's noticed is that on those days that she doesn't have a plan, because life's whatever's happened and she hasn't planned out what she's going to be eating for the week, then or the next couple of days, then what will happen is it gets to mealtime and she'll be like, oh, I don't know, and she'll be just looking around for something, and she'll end up with like random peanut butter and crackers and end up overeating and not feeling great because she hasn't had something planned. And so I was like, oh, do I have a solution for you? And it's so funny because I was planning to talk about this kitchen hack anyway before, and then I was actually planning to record it today anyway. And then she just had shared that struggle, and I was like, this is the perfect thing that's really going to help you with that. So that's one of those things, we're all getting what we need when we need it. So I love when serendipity happens like that. So what is this number one kitchen hack? And so what it is, I call them 3+ ingredient magic meals. And how I discovered these magic meals was over the last couple of years, I've been running a cooking coaching program called Joyful Cooking, where I help people learn to be intuitive cooks and confident in the kitchen, and basically teach them how to cook without recipes, so that they're not relying on recipes. They can just walk into the kitchen and open the fridge, open the pantry, pull a few ingredients out and make something really delicious and nutritious. Anyway, so one of the things that I've really noticed in that Joyful Cooking program and in teaching people is that basically most meals can come down to 3 ingredients. Like there's 3 elements that go into most things. And what they are is like some sort of vegetable and or grain. It doesn't necessarily have to be vegetable. Something. So I like to go with veggies, and then some sort of protein, and then a sauce. And then there can be extra things, like that's where the plus comes in. So you can add extra things to liven it up. But essentially, most meals can be broken down into that. And of course, you can have 10 different types of vegetables, or you can just have one. Or you could be like having, you know, a lot of different proteins, or you could just have one. But it all comes down that you can make most meals can be simplified down into these 3 ingredients. And so that's how I discovered it. And the more that I've taught people this basic formula of 3 ingredients and how that works together, they're just like, people's minds are blown. Like, I've known how good it is and how easy it can be. But people are like, really, that's all it takes? And then they get it really easily. Like, they're able to pick it up really easily. And then all of a sudden they're like going from either not liking cooking, or maybe they're like glued to recipes and they've always been like checking recipes, to being able to just have this freedom to just walk into the kitchen, that confidence to be able to walk into the kitchen and know they can pull something together really quickly and without a lot of effort. And so what exactly these magic meals, what exactly do they involve? So like I said, it's there's 3 components. So vegetables / grains, legumes, some sort of protein, and then some sort of sauce. And if you think about it, like, so many things fit into this. Like, you have, like, if you go to a steakhouse and you're having steak and salad, it's like salads, veggies, the steak is the steak, the protein, and the sauce might be mustard sauce, or it might be mushroom sauce, or it might be a béarnaise, but essentially it has those 3 qualities. Or if you think about like you're making stir fry, like it's vegetables, protein, and oyster sauce or soy sauce. Like, and yes, you can add different things to it. You can add herbs and, you know, plus ingredients to spice it up or to make it more complex. But at the very core, it's just these 3 ingredients. So this is my kitchen hack for you. And the reason why this is a hack that can help with weight loss is that when you have these magic meals in your arsenal, when you're like my client that I was coaching this morning, and you're like, oh, you haven't got a plan for whatever reason, and you're not sure what to make, you can just look in, when you know you've got this framework, instead of turning to, like, you know, toast or peanut butter or making a sandwich, you have another option to pull together something that's you know, got lots of good quality veggies, it's got good quality protein, and it tastes delicious, it's really satisfying, and it takes about the same time to make as it does to make a sandwich. So it's really a cool hack to have in your sleep. And because the thing is, like, the more times that you, like, all those moments, those days, the more days you have where you're eating well and you're making those good choices, like, the easier it is to get the scale heading in the direction that you want. So it really does, this one hack, you just changed nothing else, but just learnt these magic meals and included them in your repertoire, it's going to make life so much easier. And you can have them for breakfast, you can have them for lunch, you can have them for dinner. Like, they can be applied to all different types of days. Like, I love them so much. And I call them magic meals. And the reason for that is because it actually can make it feel like so easy to cook, like so easy to prepare food, that it's like, it's almost just like the food's appearing as if by magic. So if you think, if you've seen the Harry Potter movies, and what's her name, Mrs. Weasley, if when she's like preparing, she's like got her magic wand and she's like in the kitchen just like boo, 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 and like food's automatically cooking itself. These magic meals feel a little bit like that. So yeah, I really love them so much. And so I encourage you to experiment and try them. And my other bonus tip that I wanted to share with you today, that since we're on the topic of weight loss, is just, it's a bit of a mindset thing. But rather than, so on those days where, say, you don't have any other choice and there is only cereal in the fridge or in the house, or there's only peanut butter and crackers, in those moments, what I want you to remember, the thought that I find really helpful, is that like, how much you eat and how you're thinking and feeling about it is way more important than what you're eating. So and so what that means is that, yeah, you can be eating peanut butter and crackers for lunch, totally not a problem if you're not having too much of them. Or you can be going out and having pizza, but it's very different to, like, you'll have, like, the results on your waistline are very different if you're having like 1 or 2 slices of pizza, or whatever your body feels is like a good amount for you, rather than if you're overeating, if you're having too much pizza, that's where the weight gain comes in. Whereas if you're like getting the right amount for your body, it really doesn't matter what you're eating. Like your weight's not going to be a problem if you're eating the right amount of food for your body. So that's my bonus tip for you today, is just on those days where your choices aren't, like, there aren't vegetables available, like you can still always, and if you're out at if you're eating at a restaurant, you can still always choose how much you eat, and that is really the most important. Like the amount is way more important than the types of food that you're eating. So yeah, that's my bonus tip. So if you are excited about this idea of magic meals, 3-ingredient magic meals, and you'd like some help to make it happen, then I have just the thing for you. So in February, I'm going to be running a challenge. It's like a 21-day challenge. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting into the kitchen and doing cook-alongs. So I'll be sending you a shopping list, and you can buy ingredients, and then we'll be jumping on. Either you'll be able to do it in real time over Zoom, or if you want, you'll be able to do it watching the replays if you can't make the live calls. But I will be doing the live calls at 3 different times each week. So there'll be a lot of opportunity to find a time that does suit you. And really, it's just learning these magic meals, learning to get these in your repertoire so that you have that confidence to be able to whip up something without a lot of effort, just from what's already in your house. And it's going to be super fun. And this is the first one I'm going to be running like this. And so I'm going to keep the numbers small. So it's going to be a limit of 50 people. So if it sounds good, definitely go to thestonesoup.com/challenge and join the waitlist, because you're going to want to get your application in sooner rather than later, because once it fills up, I won't be including any more people in. So get your name on the waitlist. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. And who this challenge is for, it's for anyone that wants to learn these magic meals, like, and really build that repertoire and be able to look in the fridge and just pull something together. And so if you're a beginner cook, or you hate cooking at the moment, then it's for you. It's definitely going to help build that confidence and give you a framework where you're going to enjoy, like, it's going to be easy to cook, to prepare meals, and you're not going to have to be like drowning in recipes or complicated techniques. It's going to be super simple. But also, if you're a recipe cook and you're currently like pretty confident in the kitchen, or maybe not so confident, or you're always following the recipe, it's going to be helpful for you as well, because we're going to free you from that constraint of recipe and having to always be checking the recipe, because these meals are so simple, you'll learn them, and you'll be able to just walk in and just know them off the top of your head. And then also, if you already are an intuitive cook and you are pretty good at just pulling together things, I'd invite you to join the challenge as well, because often what happens is that we make it too complicated. So if you're ever feeling like cooking's a chore and it's like become something where you're not really enjoying it anymore, like bringing the magic back, learning these magic meals can help bring that lightness and that ease back into the kitchen. So it stops being a chore and becomes something that you actually want to do. So, but yes, if any of this is sounding good, then definitely make sure you get on the wait list. I'll put out the link in the show notes or below the video, or you can just Google Stone Soup and then click on the challenge page. And if you're listening to this after, where are we, January 2024, in sometime in the future, still go to Stone Soup, and I'm sure there'll be something about the challenge there. So have a beautiful week. Whatever you're up to, enjoy. I hope you get to enjoy lots of delicious food, and I would love to see you in my challenge. Okay, take care.